A warm good evening and welcome. It could be good morning or afternoon wherever you are. This is JP here at Websites for Beginners. And this very first beginner's tutorial on creating your online e-commerce store in simple and few easy steps. I say few, but probably there's quite a number of them in there. I'm going to demystify it. And actually, I have to give kudos to all the tutorials that are online. And it's always a matter of not trying to reinvent the wheel, but to throw a little bit of your own flair in there. And maybe, hopefully, the teaching method reaches some people and, like I said, demystifies it for you. Let's talk about the online e-store that we will be creating. And it's going to be called Mom's Knits. I know the demo I have here is called Mother's Knits. And just to give you a look, very basic, we just want to show you how you create an e-commerce site on WordPress with WooCommerce. I've got my home page here, which is my landing page, and then you can see over here, I have this little info on some of my latest products that I have in my shop, and then I have a little bit more information around the site, just some normal lorem ipsum random text, and then I've got a contact form here at the bottom. What we are interested in is this store notice actually here at the bottom. This is something that comes with the theme we are using, which is the free theme from Creative Themes called Blocksy. And this is like a store notification that says here, don't miss our winter sale starting November 19th. And this is attached to the WooCommerce store that you will be creating. You can close it out here, and then you have your footer again here at the bottom. The rest, what we are interested in though, is the products, which is your shop or store page. And this is where you will see all your products. So what I've done, I've created a few items here, and this is Mom's Knits, Mother's Knits, which means jerseys, pullovers, sweaters, cardigans. These words, jumpers, all change from one region to the next. I never know which one is actually which. In South Africa, we just call a jersey. That's a pullover, then it's a turtleneck. So we're not going to get wrapped up in all the language here. This is our shop page. So we've got 4 products here. We've got a sidebar here on the right, clearance, that's the sale one. Then we have newly released ones over here. And if you click on any of these products, it takes you into what we call the single product page. And this is going to give you this product, a nice little light box over here. You can cycle through it. Of course, these images are not related. They're just there to show you what can be done with a nice gallery on the side. You have the product here, price, even including in VAT. And then we have, your cart. You can add it to your cart. And then you're at the bottom, related products. And very nifty here, trending now. This is also related to the theme, Blocksy, that we will be using for this one. And then if I add it to the cart, it will give me my view cart button up here. And that takes me into my cart. And from here, we can go proceed to checkout. And we'll be doing the checkout through here. To note though, at the top here in our header area, we've got 2 rows. This is the main row with our main menu. And then we've got a top row here that includes our social icons, a download button or a contact us button, search, and then these 2. This is our cart button that will show you what products you currently have in your cart. And if you click on view cart, it takes us to the previous page. And if you click on that one, checkout, it takes us to the one we were at just now. And then finally over here, you also have my accounts. So this is where your customers will be logging in. This seems like a load of work, and in a way it is, especially if you are new to WooCommerce and WordPress. This will take some time getting used to. But I can guarantee you, it's a matter of practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the quicker you get at it. Speaking of the more you do it, let's go over to Websites for Beginners. And this is our channel you're watching this on. Make sure you watch this one, Learn WordPress 2020. If you've never touched WordPress, you rather want to do this to see the basics, the very, very basics for beginners. And then also jump over to the website, and it's got a new URL. We are now w4b.io. So remember that's the new URL. Many reasons it has changed, but we greatly appreciate the support. And it's a very minimal presentation at the moment. We only have this landing page. You can click here to go to the YouTube for the essentials, the video I just showed you. And by the time you see this one will be active. And then we've got a menu with a whoop-de-doo essentials over there. I promised you, that is very minimalistic. Before we then jump into WordPress and WooCommerce, everything I'm showing you in this tutorial is done with free plugins and versions. So I'm going to show you a free theme. We're going to use the free WooCommerce plugins, and anything else is free. So if you've got your hosting set up, you'll be able to set up a simple shop like this in WordPress with WooCommerce by the end of this video. What I'll do is I'll close out these three bad boys, and then we'll just focus on our WordPress dashboard with our installation as it currently is. If I go to the front end of this one, I've already set it up here. And I'm not going to show you how I got here. This is just a home page. It's a landing page. We haven't touched the store. We haven't done anything with the store. And like I said earlier, if you don't know how to get here, you better go and watch the Essentials video on WordPress 2020 to know how we go about setting this up, creating a page in the Gutenberg editor, as well as using the Blocksy theme to get here. Let's go to the back end, and then let's just have a quick look at what we've got here. The first thing I want to show you in terms of themes, we are using the Blocksy theme. Why? Because it's the best free theme for WordPress at this moment, no doubt. Great header builder, awesome footer builder, and so many other premium features for free. The Pro version will be coming out very soon, so stick around here at Websites for Beginners. We'll be showing you some of those Pro features on this channel. Apart from the theme, I have also uploaded the media that I will be using into the library already. So you see all the product photos that we'll be using, they are here, as well as my favicon up there, already uploaded. Under my pages, you will see that I've created that home page. That is the one that we had looked at on the front end. And filling out the content with this home page, if I go to my plugins, I've used the Get With plugin for the Gutenberg editor, this one. Free, great pre-made templates, and a lot of great blocks that you can use for free to build out content in the Gutenberg WordPress editor. Also, I have created a menu, and since we only have one page at this moment, that is my home page. I've put that under my menu, which I've called main menu, and assigned it to the header menu 1. And under settings for my permalinks, I have set my permalinks to post name, which is always a good idea before you start building out your site. And now we are ready. We want to start creating our WooCommerce store. Before we get there, let's just talk for a minute or two who this tutorial is for. It's for WooCommerce newbies, which means you may know about WordPress already. You've heard that you can have an online store with WordPress and you have no idea how to do that. This tutorial is for you. Absolutely. You have to be a beginner. We don't want the advanced boys and girls around here. But if you are curious, you're more than welcome to join. We really need the support, and I'm thankful for that. Let's then get to that point and how we're going to do this. You will need the WooCommerce plugin. And that is a free plugin. There's a lot of premium features that you can add on. But like I mentioned, everything we're going to do in this video is going to be for free. So we're just going to stick to the free stuff. To add WooCommerce, go to Plugins and click on Add New. And we search here in the WordPress repository for WooCommerce. And I always get my spelling wrong during the tutorials. And it's going to be very easy to find the WooCommerce plugin because it's the one with 5 million active installations. Click on Install Now, and once it has installed, we just go ahead and activate it. After activation, we are going to be presented with a wizard. Now, I know many people prefer not to go through the wizard, but I highly recommend. For us, especially, we want to do the wizard thing. It's going to do a lot of stuff for us, and that's going to help us speed up the process. Activate and enter the wizard. Wizard. Welcome to WooCommerce. We have store details, then industry, product types, business details, and theme. One word of caution here. WooCommerce is absolutely constantly changing how they do the wizard and how they set up things. I may be showing you stuff here that next time around is going to look completely different, but in essence, they always kind of stick to the same theme, so you won't get lost. But it's very possible that within a week or two, what I'm showing you here has already been changed. But at least the guys who are creating WooCommerce, they try to make this more accessible for beginners. So at least it's a good point that they try to make it easier. The first thing you have to do is give it an address. So I'm going to call this, let me just get my fingers, Bosch Street. And we call it Tasvalley. And I'm in South Africa in the Western Cape. And you will find your regions here as well. Postal code. Oh no, that's city. And then your city, which is a town here, and then the postal code. Tab 7655. I'm setting up a store for a client. Nope, I'm doing it for myself, so continue. You get an option here to opt in for sharing some non-sensitive data to make the tracking and all that kind of stuff, make WooCommerce better over time. It's your choice. Yes, count me in. We're going to say continue. Not interested in doing that at this moment. Next is deciding what kind of store do you have. Now you saw I'm going to go for jerseys, cardigans, the works. So that's going to be under fashion apparel, but you can choose more than one if you want to. But we're just going to stick to fashion apparel and accessories. And most likely what you're selling, you're going to find 95% of the time under these categories. If not, you click on other and you give it something nice there to complement what you are doing. Next, product types, physical products, downloads. You will notice that these two come with WooCommerce free. If you go into subscriptions, like when people pay monthly or annually for something like, access maybe to videos that you are streaming or videos that you're hosting, or a membership, bookings, reservations, or even bundles, now we're talking in things that you need to go premium for. We're not interested in that. Our jumpers and cardigans and sweaters and pullovers and turtlenecks are all physical products, so we stick to physical products. But essentially, how these others work are more or less the same. How many products do you plan to display? Currently, I only have 4, so I say 1 to 10. Selling elsewhere? On the street? No, so no. And then they have some marketing options for you over here, how to engage more with visitors. You can go through them. We're going to deactivate them, or rather untoggle them to make sure that we do not install them at this point. You can always come back later into WordPress and set them up again, so it's not always lost. Then the last one is going to be the theme. I've already installed Blocksy. Storefront is very popular with WooCommerce, so if you have no preference, you can go for Storefront. It's free, same as Blocksy. I like Blocksy, what it can do in terms of header and footer builders and a lot of other stuff, so I'm sticking to Blocksy. Continue with my active theme. And then finally, it's going to ask us, hey, do you want to use Jetpack? Now, that's again something up to you. Go online, do a little bit of research on Jetpack. Not a bad plugin to have. So it's not something that is just a lot of bloat, but it's something that you have to consider, do you want it or not? I'm going to say no thanks. And now we're done with the wizard. Welcome to your WooCommerce Store's Online HQ. A personalized inbox full of relevant advice. Good data leads to smart business decisions. Let's go. What is this? This is the dashboard page basically for WooCommerce. And what has changed, if you look here on the left in the sidebar, you will see now there is a label for WooCommerce. Under that, products, analytics, and marketing. WooCommerce is how this plugin is set up. All your settings will be done here. Which currency you'll be using, which payments you'll be using, shipping, all of that goes into this area for WooCommerce. Products are those things that we saw at the beginning, the things that you're actually selling. You're going to set them up here. Analytics, marketing, analytics tells you, data analysis and marketing, how you can promote what you are doing better. And then if you want to have some guidance, you can just go over here to finish setup, and then you have a lot of stuff that they recommend you do. What I also want to show is that if I go to Blocksy, appearance, and I go to customize, once you install WooCommerce, Blocksy automatically also brings in WooCommerce functionality. In the sidebar, you will see over here, there's an area now for WooCommerce, and we'll have control over all these things that we will touch on. Also, if I go to the header builder up here and go one back to the elements, you will see we also have now a cart element that we can add to our header, as well as an account element. This is great. And those are the 2 elements that I've added up there to my header to build out my store. Let's just close. We don't want to save anything, say OK. The third change is under pages. Go to pages. And if you recall, at the beginning, we only had one page, which is this home page. What the wizard for WooCommerce has done is it created these 4 pages. The first one is the shop page. Then it created the basket. Now, basket is South African and British English for cart page. If your WordPress site is set to American English, then you will see cart appear here and not basket. And then we have checkout, and then we also have my account. These pages are created automatically through the wizard and then assigned. And you can also go and create them manually. That's a few additional steps. We don't need that. We're going to stick to these pages. Don't worry about these pages at this moment. We will work with them later on, but at least know that they are there, they've created, and we need them. We're going to use them. Enough chit chat. Let's get and go and create our first product. To do that, go to the sidebar where you see products. And if we click on it, currently you're going to see that we've got nothing, nix, nada. And it will tell you ready to start selling something awesome, create product. And we just click on that, create product. And it's going to give us what I call the legacy builder for the WordPress editor. This is how the WordPress editor used to look and layout. And this has not really caught up to the Gutenberg blocks yet. Not sure if it has to, but this is how the back end looks of the WooCommerce builder. It can be a little bit daunting, but don't worry, because guess what? We've got another wizard guiding us here through the steps. The first one is a product name. So we give our product a name, and this is the name as it will display on your page. I'm going to stick to something very boring so that we don't get lost, and I'm going to call it product number 1. That's very easy. This is your next one, the product description. This is your product's main body of content. Here you should describe your product in detail. Yes, but no. So where would you describe your product in detail? Imagine you're buying a camera online. You go to Amazon, you buy a camera. You may want to know a lot of stuff about that camera. What is the ISO, the highest ISO, the baseline ISO? You want to know things like how many frames per second. You want to know the video capabilities. That's a lot of information, and you usually don't get it at the top. You have to scroll down a little bit, and then you are presented with that information, and that goes here. Let's bring in some random stuff. So what I'll do is I'm going to look for Alice in Wonderland and text, and this takes us to some free text for Alice in Wonderland, and I'm just going to grab here a few paragraphs, make this my long description. Go back here and I'll paste that. So this is my full long description of product number 1. Click on next. What's next? This is where you select your product. So if I click here on the drop down, you will see I have simple product, group product, etc., etc. Guess what? A sweater or any type of clothing is actually a simple product, so I leave it there. Is it virtual? No, I'm going to wear it in reality, so no. Click next. Is it downloadable? No. But of course you can understand. If it's music, it's going to be downloadable. If it's a game or something, it can be virtual as well. So you can have these checked even though it's just a simple product. In our case, neither of them. Click on next. Let's give it a price. Next, you need to give your product a price. Let's put it at $299. And then you will see it jumps down here, product short description. Now, the short description is what you want to know about this product. For example, it's a jumper, it's yellow, and it's made of wool. So I will say, yellow knitted sweater. I'm not very creative tonight, but that's kind of what you want there. You just want to describe the product as is. When you walk into a store and you tell the salesperson there, I'm looking for black shoes for my kid to wear to school. This is where you want to go with that short description. Black shoes, school, black shoes, school, black school shoes. There you go. Let's click on next, and then we have a product image. Set product image, and as I have already uploaded all my images, let's grab this one up here, and I'm going to say set product image. Nice. Click next. What it says next, and this is our product tags. Believe it or not, you may skip categories and tags a lot when you're working in WordPress. I wouldn't recommend you do so here. We'll talk a little bit about tags and categories later on, but you definitely want to set some tags and categories just so that when people come, especially if you have a lot of products and they search for it, this can help them find what they are looking for quicker. Make it easy for them. For example, I'll type in here winter, cold, knitted, or wool. Let's say wool, sheep's wool. It could be different wool. It could be a rabbit or something like that. And then up here, for our category, if I click next, I'm going to differentiate between female and male, add new category, and there we go. And then next, where is next? Publish your product. Are you sure? Let's go ahead and publish it. Publish it. And then next, we're done. Well, we've published it. Let's go and see how it looks on the front end. So we click here on Preview Changes. And this takes us to the single product. This is a single product, only one product, and this is how it looks. There is our product name. There is the price. There is our short description. Over here, our categories and our tags. There is our image. And then we have the long description over here. And there's some space over here for a review. Let's go back to the back end because there are a few other things here that may be important and that you want to add. We go back here, and this is where you actually put up all the settings and data for this product. We selected simple product and we gave it a price of $299. But currently this is actually on a discount at $199. So if it's on a discount, you put the new price for the sale in there. I'll also select inventory over here as a SKU. Now SKU is the code that you use to identify this product. You may have similar products that's very similar. They are described very similar, but then you have different batch numbers or stock numbers for them. That goes into the SKU. So I'll give it just a random number, SKU-001. And then do we want to manage the stock? Yes, if you have limited stock, you better select this one, because if this is mom's knits, I'm pretty sure your mom is not knitting 24/7, 365. And we don't want to tire mom. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say we have 7 of these. And then low stock threshold 2, you'll get some message, hey, you've got little stock left. Next, over here, let's go to the product gallery on the right. It's a good idea to have more than one picture. You found yourself going online to stores like Amazon and actually looking for more pictures so that you can have a better idea of how that looks. So when you're working with online shop, try and add a few more images so that people can have a better idea of what they're getting themselves into. Select these 3. Okay, wait, click, shift, and click. I select all 3 of them and add to gallery. You'll see these 3 are added. Again, don't pay attention to the fact that they've got nothing to do with this image over here. This is just for tutorial purposes. Let's go and update that. Preview our changes. And what do we have now? Updating. We've got here first the sale button up there, right? So it tells us it's on sale. Here we can see that. Then we have 7 in stock. We have the SKU number over here, which makes it easy. If people have any queries about it, they can give you the SKU number. And then down here, our gallery, you can click on these images. And then anything else? No, that's what we've got here. It's looking good. So you've got your first product set up. Of course, it's not as simple as it seems. You need to have a few more products. You have to do styling, and then you have to set up your cart, your checkout, and your shipping. But it's a good start, Heather. Very good start. Great. So currently we are in USD, but I'm sitting in South Africa. You're sitting in a different country. You want to have your currency there. Let's go and change the currency. Go to the back end, and then we go to WooCommerce. Look for settings, and then scroll down, and then currency over here. I'll click there, and I'll just start to type our currency name. So the name of your currency, I'll type in Rand, which is South African Rand. And then I'll leave the rest because we use it the same way. Save changes. We go to the front, refresh, and we've got it now in Rand. So it used to be 299 Rand, now it's 199 Rand. Here comes the most important part about WooCommerce and the theme you are using. How this page currently looks has got everything to do with how your theme builds WooCommerce. That makes or breaks a theme. So when you decide that you want to create a WooCommerce store, you have to go and carefully do your research on the theme you are using. Use 2020 theme, you're going to cry long crocodile tears very, very soon. You can always switch later on, but it's a good idea if you get the right theme from the beginning so you can set it up properly. And that's what we're going to do now before we add more products. Let's go to the single product and go style it and set it up the way we want. To do that, go to the toolbar up here, WordPress toolbar, and we click on Customize, takes us into the theme customizer. And like I had shown you earlier, there is now this part in the sidebar that says WooCommerce. We click on that and we have 4 options: General, product archives, single product, and checkout page. Click on single product, and now we are offered quite a number of things that we can do with this page over here. Let's have a look here. These are design options, narrow width, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to like that one much better. My image looks better. The resolution renders better because I used smaller images. And then over here, left sidebar, but we don't have any content yet, so it's empty, or the right sidebar. I'm going to go for the narrow width. We'll come back later, and I'll show you how to add relevant widgets to it so that it can complement your shop and your products. Let's see what else do we have down here from Blocksy. We can put it in box. Now, box is very nice when you look for that magazine layout. You see here, we have it in this box now. Not bad. If you go for boxed, I would say rather than go for the normal width, that would look a little bit better. Yeah, you see, that gives you almost that page magazine look. But I'm going to stick to white, and then we go to narrow width. It gives us back. Let's go to narrow width again. Click on it. And there we go. All right. Below this is your product image gallery. Let's put it on vertical. I'll really like that one. And you can change the gallery width. Currently, it takes 48% of the canvas space. So if I drag it to the left, I will reduce it and I'll increase this. And naturally, the opposite happens when I go to the right. Let's put it on 50-50. 48 is an interesting decision. Let's put it on 50-50. Image. Here you can choose what kind of aspect ratios you want, and you can even put your own in there. I like this one 1:2. No, I don't. I like 1:1. I like square, but square is maybe cutting her off a little bit. 4:3. And what happened here? It put it in landscape mode. So let's put it back on reverse. 9:16. You can again put it in landscape, or 2:1. 2:1. I think let's go with the 3:4. That was pretty good. And you also have image size over here. Image lightbox, and the lightbox is when I click on it, it opens the lightbox. Let's say yes, we want to do that. And then you have image zoom. Now the zoom is, as I hover over it, you'll see it zooms in. I'm not sure always about this one because it's very nice if you want to go in closer and have a better look. But I also find it very distracting. When I'm on a page and I move my cursor and it does that, I don't know, it just distracts me. It's not the end of the world. I mean, when I want to zoom, I really want to zoom, but it sometimes bothers me. So at the end of the day, zoom stays because I think that one won. Product elements, sale badge. Yes, we have a badge. If you don't want to display it, untoggle it over there. Star rating is over here for the reviews. Let's see if we untoggle that. Nope. Star rating is when you've got it up here, okay? Star rating, product meta. So this over here, SKU, category, and your tags. These are your metadata. So if I deactivate it, it should go away. Now, this is an old WordPress thing. You deactivate, it doesn't update. It's just a little snag that you can quickly fix. Click on publish up here, refresh your page, and you will see that it is gone. Yep, there it's gone. And of course, I think we want to keep that. Let's just look for WooCommerce again. Single product, and bring back our product metadata. Breadcrumbs, our breadcrumbs up here, something I also recommend you leave there. You don't want to deactivate it. Then you have related and upsells. We'll talk about that later. And you have other options here, sticky summary, Ajax, add to cart. We don't worry about that too much. You have design options here, and that's where you're going to make changes like color, your product title color, any other font changes. But if you had set this in your default typography and color styling for your entire site, which is up here, this is the palette that I had created. And for typography, I had set it to Cormorant. I think I'm okay with that. I know it's a little bit difficult to read, but this is Mom's knits. She already wears very thick glasses, so no problem with that. Let's go back to WooCommerce. Mom is going to kill me for that one. Single product, and let's go back to design. And just to make sure that you understand what's going on here, have a look at the mobile display. You've got actually very little control over how this is rendered on a mobile, which is good because it means that the theme dictates how it looks and the theme ensures that it looks good. And that's again what makes a good theme, to ensure that it is very well displayed and responsive for the different devices, such as tablets as well as mobiles. Look at that. Very nicely done. And this is all in the theme. You're not going to do much here. Sometimes when there are premium features, you will have more layout options. And of course, free themes are a little bit more limited than those premium ones. Again, I'm going to say it, Blocksy is just awesome. It gives you so much control in a free theme that I'm really curious what the guys are going to roll out for us in the Pro version. Enough of that. Let's click the page and then we exit the customizer by clicking here on the close button, and it takes us back to our single page. And what is a store with only one product? A very sad and lonely store. Let's create a few more products, and one of the most favorite features for me actually in WooCommerce. We can close this. I don't think we're going to use more text. Let's close this one and we go to our products, all products, and you will see that one product that we had created, product number 001. Is here now with a lot of information you get over here. Is it in stock, the SKU number, even the price up here, and a few other things. Go to the product name and you see the quick links down here all the way to the right. Duplicate. This is our friend. If your products are very, very similar, you're going to use duplicate a lot. And you may think, but why? You know, each product is unique, but you may be selling something that is pink socks, and then you have another one that's pink with a little frill and a fringe on it, and you want to just add that. Then you don't want to retype all of that. You just want to add that additional little bit information. That's where your friend duplicate is going to get in very handy. Duplicate the page, it gives you it up here and it says everything is duplicate. Only two areas that it's made some changes. The first one is up here to the product name. It says it's copy. We're going to change that and call it 002. And then the next one that it's going to change is under inventory. It's going to give you a new SKU number -1. Let's just change that to -2. Go back to general. Let's change the price. In this instance, I'm just going to make this 199 Rand. Now, sale price. I don't want to have a sale. Don't make a mistake of typing in a 0. If you have no sale, make sure that this is empty. I've run into that a few times. Force of habit, type a 0, and then problems on the front end. So make sure you take out that 0. The rest I'm going to leave alone because this is demo purposes, but I'll just change the image so that we don't get completely wrapped up in just that one image. Let's see, we can change a few tags if we want to. We can change a few product categories if we want to. Essentially, we're going to publish it. Let's see how this now looks. Preview changes. And there is our new product. Great. Good. Let's see, everything is still the same, but here we get something interesting. Related products. So now we can see products that Blocksy as a theme thinks they are related to this product and they are suggestions to your visitor or your customer that's come to your site. And again, if you click here, it takes you again to that product. Go back. We go to all products and we're just going to duplicate and clone these guys 2 more times. And you can set a little bit through it, or you can go to the stamps, the timestamps, and jump ahead. And let's change the price over here. We make this only 99 Rand. And I'll change the image, and I have to change the SKU as well. Okay, let's go back here, inventory. And we should also change the inventory. This one, I only have, no, let's make it 3. I've got 3 in stock. Good. Publish. And then let's go again to all products. We've got 1, 2, 3. Duplicate this one. We make a 4th one. And I think then we have enough for presentation purposes. Let's give this one another 249. Sell price 199 Rand. Inventory. Nobody wants this one, so we've got 23 in stock. Mother has been working through the whole summer. Let's change the image. And there we go. Good, image updated. Let's go update our work, publish. And let's see how many products we've got now. In fact, let's go and preview our changes. And it loads this last product number 4. And now you begin to understand how this is going to display on the front end. There's no more surprises. Each product is going to be displayed in the same layout. Again, how do you change that? You change it through the customizer of your theme. At the bottom, we have our related products, and now we've got 3 of them, and you simply navigate around them. Very simple. Essentially, what you do want is all of these products to be on one page, united. And that page is called the shop page. Now, actually, in WooCommerce history, the name of that page has many names. It's called a product page or products page, a product archive page, catalog page. Currently, it's called a shop page. So we are going to look at how you put all of this on the shop page. Now, the scary thing is you're not going to do much. Let's close these two tabs. We go to the back end of WordPress. And remember, at the very beginning, we went and looked at pages. Originally, we only had that one page, which was the home page. And after we ran the wizard of WooCommerce, WooCommerce decided by itself to create these 4 pages. And lo and behold, the shop page that I've just been talking about, we've got it. So what is happening on the shop page? Let's click here on view, and it takes us to the front end, and it shows us a shop page with our 4 products on there. Yippity-doo-day, great. So this page is already there. You don't have really control over how this works. Again, the theme does this. This is what we refer to as an archive page, dynamic content. It is rendered for you. WordPress says, I'm just going to take all those products that you have, I'm going to throw them together on this page, and you can use this as your shop page. There's a few things, though, that you have to do to make sure that visitors and customers can actually find the shop page, because you do want them to come to your site and click up here somewhere, shop or products, and it takes them to this page. To do that, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and add this page to my menu so that it's easily accessible. Let's go to the backend. And to do that, we go to Appearance and Menus. And then here you can look for it over here or under View All. Click on Shop, Add to Menu, Save Menu. And let's see on the front end. There we go. Now we have our home page. This is the home page that I had started with. And then if I click on Shop, it's going to take me to the shop page. That's how I'm going to access that. Click back on home page, and I want you to notice that I have this hero section at the top with Discover More. Actually, what I want people also to do is that when they click on this button, it will also take them to the shop page. To do that, I'm going to edit this page, and that takes me up here to Edit Page. Takes me into the Gutenberg WordPress editor. And the blocks that I've been using for this is the Get With Blocks. So let's just close out here. Don't need that. And I scroll down and I look for this button and I click on the button. Here is the URL, so I'll click there. Let me just see if I click here. Edit. Oh, edit. There we go. And I backspace. Now I know that the name of this page is Shop. And because it is my site, I don't need to type in the long URL /shop. All I need to do here is type /shop. And that's more than enough for WordPress to understand which page I'll be looking at. So remember the name of your shop page, look for it here, and I'll press enter to add it. There it is. Open a new window. No, I want it to go directly to that page. And I click on update. Click on preview, preview new tab. And let's see here from our home page. If I click now on Discover More, it's going to take me to my shop page with my 4 products. Great stuff. Can we make changes to how this page look? Why, yes, Florence, we can. And remember, if we want to make changes, we rely on the theme. So we go back into the customizer of Blocksy, up here to WordPress toolbar, click on Customize. And this time, we're not going to be working with single products. We're going to work with the product archive page. Look for WooCommerce, and then here, Product Archives, and click on that. We start with the page title, which is this area up here. Do you want that there or not? I would say, yeah, I want that there. I can deactivate it, but then, it's just so empty. I think let's put it back so that people understand this is the shop page. This is where I do my business. Click here on this little arrow next to it. It's going to take you to general and styling options for the shop page. So what I can do here, currently it's set to this one, which is type 2, or I can select type 1. And type 1 is just going to display it a little bit differently. And you can decide if you want to make any changes to that. Just so I can show you what type 2 can do, because it gives you some options for the background image. I'll click here on container background image, custom, select an image, and then I'll take one of these images that we have, this one, and I'll say select. And then we're going to have a small problem in terms of color. Let me see, we go to design from here, and we have image overlay color, because what we want to do is make that a little bit darker. I'll click here on image overlay, this color here, and then just reduce, come on, stay there, reduce the opacity. Okay, and scroll back up to where we see the title font, where it is shop. Going to click on the pixels, I'll double it, 64, and then from here, title font color, going to put it on white. Now I've created a nice little page title up there for my shop page. Let's click back and see what else have we got here. Now, these are layouts for how your cards, we often refer to this as a card, C-A-R-D, you see over here, how these cards are displayed. Currently, this is type 1. Look what happens when I click type 2. We have them move a little bit. Here you have your price now here and the basket over here. Again, I'll repeat it a few times. This is all done by the theme. Again, premium themes will probably give you more options to choose from. So you have the developers and the designers sit over there in the theme developers room, and they come up with ideas, and they try to figure out which one is the best for conversion, which means the best layout to make sure that people will buy from you. They don't want you to mess this up. But nowadays you have page builders like Elementor, Brizy, Oxygen, Thrive Architect, Divi, and they all have WooCommerce builders that will allow you to build this more or less by yourself. We are sticking with Blocksy because, man, you can go so far with Blocksy and doing and making it look great. And remember, it's free. Over here, columns, you can reduce the columns. You can add more columns. I think the 4 looks good. And if you have many products, you can also dictate how many rows. So what I'll do, let me reduce it. So I have 4, and then I'm going to reduce the number of rows to 1. And once that happens, you're going to have, we have 3 number of rows. 1, let's publish. You should get pagination and refresh this page. And yeah, there we have pagination. So that's what happens when you have more products than you have allowed the amount of rows. And if you click on that, it will load that last product for you. Okay, let's look for WooCommerce again. And we are busy with product archives. And let's go back to page 1. I want to leave it like that, but you know, just 3 products and then you click to just one single product. That's a little bit crazy. So let's just put it there at number of rows. If you've only got 9 products in your shop, leave them all there. Don't put them in rows. That's just silly. Card options, let's see what we've got here. We've got image predefined, image hover effect if you want to have swap images. This one is pretty cool. Remember, we have a gallery of other images. So when you hover over it, it will show the other image for people. That's a good idea to have, right? But we have only that one. Let's see, zoom. Oh, well, we've seen zoom before. Render, it's going, oh, okay. Just do a slight little zoom there. I really like the swap images. And then you have the star rating, sale badges, product categories that you can add here as well. Over there, you see female over there. And then you have the cards gap. So this is the gap here set at 30 pixels. I think that's more than enough. Good job done with this theme. And then you have, again, full control over the colors over here. If you set up these colors properly at the beginning over here, and that is done for your global colors, all the way up here under colors, and you choose a good palette, you don't need to go and mess around with too many colors. So choose a good palette, set them properly, and then you won't have any issues later when you go into WooCommerce and you have to make changes. Right, let's look for WooCommerce one more time. Go back to product archives. Let's see what else do we have here. Scroll down. We have shop sort, shop results count, and these are our shop results up here. If you don't want that, we only have 4. Well, let's deactivate it, right? Don't want to just show we have 4. And default sorting by popularity, average rating. Again, you only have 4. So really, do you want to sort it? You can say shop, sort, deactivate, and you've removed all of that. If you've got many products, leave them in there. It looks very la-di-da, right? You probably want to keep that. Pagination is those numbers that we saw at the bottom. So when you do that, you've got some styling options for that pagination as well. Super. I just cannot tell you how many features that you see here are usually premium features. They're all free. I'll say it many times. And we're going to leave the rest of this page as is. And this is our shop page. So we've added it up here to our menu. We have also put it to that link on our front homepage, and we styled it now here in Blocksy theme. Let's just publish it and quickly talk about product archives, because if I click back here, you'll see we have these options, and this one is called product archives. But I'm talking about the shop page. Now, the shop page is an archive page. I like to often refer to it as an index page. It's where you can go and check, hey, I've got this, and I've got this. So currently, we've got these 4 products on this page, and that's the index for all our products. So it's an archive page. Let's exit the customizer, and I'll show you that we have other archive pages as well. Let's click here on product number 3. And from our metadata, which is our SKU, category, and tags, if I click here on winter, it's going to show me all my products related to winter. Now think, what do you expect to happen here? And in fact, it's going to show you all 4 of those products because their tags are all the same. But this time, it's going to put it in the tags archive page for winter. And how that page is going to render is exactly the same as the shop page. Click on this and let's see, we're expecting, yes, the image at the top. Now it says winter and it shows us our 4 products. And that is an archive page. So your archive pages are usually set by 2 determinators. The first one is your categories and the second one, your tags. If we go to the back end, go back to WordPress, and we look here in the sidebar, we go to WooCommerce, products, and under products, you're going to see categories and tags. Now, I mentioned a little bit about that earlier, and I told you these are actually super, super important. Currently, we basically only have this one category, which is female. But when you have products, you should really think about different kind of categories, how you want to put them out there. Now, for example, if you have a boutique shop with only female clothing, you may not want to use the category female because it's only for women. You may then instead choose things like jewelry, shoes, jackets, trousers, etc. When you have maybe a shop for various ages and people, you will have men, women, kids, and under those you will have subcategories. So it's very important that you spend some time, go and look at other shops online and get your categories right. Now, this is a big question. Tags. What's the difference between categories and tags? And I describe it this way. When you walk into a store and the salesperson walks up to you and they say, "Can I help you, madam?" What is the first thing you tell them? "I'm looking for jeans." Now that would be your category. But if they say, "What type of jeans?" You say blue jeans, or do you have any other colors, or short jeans, or stone-washed jeans. Those will be tags. They are descriptors of the category. It's not always clear. Sometimes what you put in a category will always go into a tag. It's up to you. It just helps people to filter through your products easily when there are quite a lot of products. Just think of Amazon. Whoa, how many products in there? And sometimes you need to search a little bit around. This is where categories and tags would come in useful. And when people select one of those, like if they go here to the front and they go to a product, and then they see that this product has cold and wool, and they want to find other products that are in the wool category, it's going to render this product archive for wool. And the way you're going to style this is exactly the same. If you go into the customizer again, you go to WooCommerce, Product archives is the same how you're going to style the shop settings. So the shop page and the product archives, they style under one umbrella. You cannot detach these from each other. Close out here and let's see what we've got here. Let's go to the front end, click on Mom's Knits. And we have our home page. We have home up here. We have our shop page. Let's go to shop and let's go and check out one of these. So let's start here with product number one. Product number one caught our attention and we decide that we're going to buy this product. So we click here on add to basket. And now it's going to tell us product number one has been added to your basket. Remember, American English, it's going to say cart. I think in most cases, it's going to say cart. So don't get confused. If yours says cart and mine says basket, I'm not a basket case. Yeah, I know. I just had to do that one. Now, you can continue surfing, of course, if you want to do that, or you can go to your cart and decide you want to pay and you want to get away. Then you can click here on View Basket, and that's going to take you into your cart where you're going to see what you currently have. Cart, basket, think of a trolley that you push at a shopping center. You walk through the aisles, you put stuff into that trolley, but you haven't paid for it yet. It's just there. You still have the opportunity to take those spaghetti and noodles out, and that is your cart, your basket, the stuff you're putting into that trolley. Same that is happening here. You can still remove here, you can go back and shop some more, and then you can pay for those goods. Question, can I style this page? Let's go have a look. Go to Customizer. Scroll to WooCommerce. And we don't see a cart or basket page, only checkout page. You cannot do much about this because this is WooCommerce saying how this looks. And what Blocksy does, it just applies the fonts and the colors and a little bit of styling. But how this cart page and product page is rendered is done by WooCommerce. That's their baby over there. What you should do though, is you need to put a little cart element or a link up here so that if people start browsing around and later they want to find their cart again, they will be able to do so. In Blocksy, there's a great element for your header called the cart element. So we just go to the top and you can click on either the main row or the top row. I want to put it in the top row. So I'll click here on top row and that takes us to the header customizer. Click back and it takes us to customizing header. And here you see the cart element. What you do is you click and drag it down here where the header builder is. And you can drop it anywhere you see those little circles. I'm going to take it here in the top row all the way to the right next to the search and drop it. Let's see if it renders up there. And there we go. And look how beautiful that is. It already indicates that there is a product within my cart, my basket. And when you hover over it, you will see it says View Basket, which will take you to this page. Or you can just click on Checkout. You don't even have to look at the cart page. Let's publish this and go and see how it looks on the front end. Exit. And let's click here on Home Page. And this is typically what people do. They browse around, they put something in their cart, and then they go look around and they're like, okay, I'm done with this page. Let me go and find my cart. And then up here, okay. And what do I have there? Oh no, I know what I have. I want to check out. But let's click on View Basket. Great, so we are ready to pay. Proceed to checkout. This takes us to the checkout page. First of all, can we style it? Go to Customizer within Blocksy. And we look for our WooCommerce. And I remember we can style it. Click on WooCommerce, checkout page. And then you have a few things that you can change here. These are mostly things that you can either say are optional or required. For example, if you want people to give you a company name field over here, you can click on it and you can say required. Or if you don't care about it at all, you're going to hide it. But you will see now that you've required it, that little red asterisk is there. And it shows to people that if they don't complete it, they cannot submit this payment. Let's say we're going to hide that just to be different. Address line 2 field, do you want a second address line? Let's say I'm in Asia where I write everything in one line. Now I'm going to hide that. And then you have a few other things that you can go through here, like your privacy policy, terms and conditions, and even display coupon form. So if you have a coupon that you want to enter here, you can select that and it will display over there. I'll publish it. So not much in terms of styling what you can do here. Again, this format here is done by WooCommerce. Those guys have full control over here. You can break your brain into small little pieces trying to make changes here. It's not going to happen. You just have to accept it looks good. It's been tried and tested and it works well. And this is how it's going to look. Let's exit. And we have to fill in some details here and then we have to place our order. So let's add some dummy details. I'm Joe and I'm Pine, Joe Pine, and I will be again from South Africa. And then what does it say? Street address 22, happy for you. And then town city. Let's go for Belleville this time. It's in the Western Cape. Post, oh, I don't know. 7589. Email address, additional information. And then over here, sorry, it seems that there are no available payment methods for your state. Please contact us if you require assistance or wish to make alternate arrangement. What is this? We'll talk about that soon, but for now, go ahead and hit that button, place order. And the following is going to happen: invalid payment method. Of course, you just told somebody to buy something from you and you don't tell them how to pay. So WooCommerce not very happy at this moment, and it tells you you have to set up a payment method. In WooCommerce, there are a plethora of methods people can pay, but we'll just look at something very, very basic here just to set it up and for you not to be scared. And this is one of the core payment options. To access the core payment options, we go into the back end, go to WooCommerce, settings, and select payments. There are 4. And the first one is a direct bank transfer. This is the one we'll be looking at. Check payments. Who pays with checks? Cash on delivery. And PayPal standard. All of these you can use, but it's very important to understand that before you can enable them over here, you need to go and set them up here on the right. So for PayPal standard, if you click here on setup, it's going to ask you a lot of questions about PayPal. And then says PayPal standard does not support your store currency. It doesn't like rand. It wants dollars or euros or pounds, something like that. So I cannot get away with that. In this case, I'll go back and I'll just click on payments again. And like I said, I'm going to use an EFT, a direct bank transfer. Click on setup. That's where we're going to set it up. So this is a typical case that somebody's going to buy something from you online. You're going to send them your banking details. They're going to make a deposit. They're going to fax you proof of that deposit or email it or SMS it to you. And then you're going to ship that product. So it's a little bit more of a manual process. Not a little bit. It's a lot more of a manual process. Whereas with WooCommerce, you get what we refer to as payment gateways. PayPal is a gateway. And these, of course, just make it much easier. The problem with payment gateways is they're not always free and they're not always cheap. They take some serious bazinga out of your cash. So if you are a very small concern and you don't want to make too many waves, then you just simply go for that direct bank transfer. First, I'm going to call it EFT because in South Africa, direct bank transfer, everybody knows what is EFT, electronic fund transfer. I said that and then I had to think, what is EFT? First of all, we have to click up here on enable bank transfer. Now what you have to do is you have to describe to people what's happening. And this is where you have to really think about what you're going to say here. Make your payment directly into our bank account. Please use your order ID as the payment reference. Your order will not be shipped until the funds have cleared in our account. That is great. Put that there. But then what do people do once they have paid you? That's going to be the instructions. So let's say email proof of payment to, what's the name? Joe Pine at Nets. This is Mums. So Joe Pine is probably doing this on behalf of Mum, nets.co.za. Right. Okay, that's it. I'm just going to keep it short and simple. And then over here, the bank account details. This is not hard and fast. You don't have to fill in these things 100%. And if you don't do so, some military force is going to come down and ransack your house. You can just fill it in here, make sure that people get the details properly for the bank they have to use. So the account name for this one will be Marita LaRue, that's mom's name, and then an account number for her, and then the bank name is Jobs, and branch code if that is necessary. IBAN and SWIFT if you're doing international payments. Not going to do that, so I'll just click here on Add Account. Then save our changes. And now, believe it or not, you've set up your first bank transfer. If you go to Payments again up here, you will see that it is enabled. If not, and this may happen, make sure that you enable it over here. If you go to any of these and you forget everything I've told you and you click on something like cash on delivery, like I just did, and in the end things go wrong, make a knot, tie a knot in it that you have to come back here to set it up. That's probably where you missed it. You need to set these up here. Save changes just to lock them all in. And then let's go back to our website, Mom's Knits. And we can just go up here to our cart and click on checkout. Let's see what we've got now. My information is still locked in, and see how it has changed over here now. EFT, it says EFT plus make your payment directly into our bank account. And I see there's a little hover there. What happens if I click on it? Nothing. And now when I click on place order, let's see what happens. Anticipation. It's going to say, thank you. Your order has been received, your order number, your date, your email, your total. And then here are bank details. Nice, great, billing address. And it's going to say here, email proof of payment to joepine@knits.co.za. And that's how you set up a very basic core payment option within WooCommerce. Very good job done. Let's add a little bit more of sparkle to our site. So if I go to the shop page and I choose any of these products that we've been working with, like this one, product number 2, I've mentioned to you that it's always a nice idea to actually throw in a sidebar where you can advertise and promote a few more things, especially if you've got a very big store. We go into the customizer to activate the sidebar. Scroll down to WooCommerce, and we are working with a single product. So select a single product, and then here you choose your sidebar. I'll go for the right sidebar. And as you can see, there's nothing in the sidebar. And this is all done with widgets. So the next thing we need to do is go and fill this with some widgets. Publish this page, close out. And before we bring in the widgets, let's go to the back end. I want you to go to Blocksy up here and click on the label for Blocksy. Now Blocksy has within its extensions WooCommerce widgets. So here it says WooCommerce Extra functionality, and it says after installing and activating the WooCommerce Extra extension, you will have these features: product quick view and floating cart. I love things that float. Activate it unless it's above my bed in the middle of the night, then I'm not too fond of that. Okay, so just remember to activate that as well. It's going to give you some additional benefits. Usually when you need to activate things, it means it brings in a little bit of extra coding to your page, which may just slow it down a little bit. And that's why many of these things are deactivated, so it doesn't bloat the loading of your site or the size of your site or the performance. So think carefully before you just go ahead here and say activate, 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 because you just don't want to activate things that's going to slow your site down. Enough of that. Let's go and have a look at our widgets. And for that, we go again to Appearance, Widgets. And thanks to the power of WooCommerce, you will notice that we have a WooCommerce sidebar. So what I want to do is I want to build out this sidebar, and then I want to see what's happening on the front end. So let's open another instance of our site on the front end. So what you do, you just go up here to Mom's Knits, click, hold, and then drag it up here next to this tab in your browser and drop it. It's going to open the front end for you. And let's select any single product. Okay, I'll go with this one again. Product number 2. Okay, so you can see sidebar empty. Let's go back. And when you install WooCommerce, WooCommerce will put in a number of widgets for you as well. And you have to find them over here. It's not always easy, but usually the indication is anything that starts with products. So let's grab here something like a product categories, no, pages, products. Let's just grab products and drop it in there. And then let's go see how it looks on the front end. And then we've got our products over here. Let's see, what else do we have? Recent viewed products. That's a good idea. People who have viewed something, drop that in there. Let's just close these guys. Recently viewed products. Let's just take that down to 2. We don't have that many products. Click save. Sometimes there's a save, sometimes there isn't a save. But remember, if you see the save, to do that. Let's see, what else do we have here? I think for now we can say product categories, but we also have only one category, which is female. Ugh, and it does that dance again. Product category. Let me just drag this up, and product category down here. And now when we refresh it, we're going to see the products. We're going to see, if we browse, it's going to be over here. And product categories, we have female and uncategorized, all here in the sidebar. Let's add a sales section. And to do that, to show the products that you currently have on sale, you go again for a products widget, drag it up there. And it's because you want to promote this. So go to show all products and select on sale products. And let's just choose 2. I think we only have 2. And then we say there for the title, clearance, right? Mom is not gonna knit these guys again. And let's see how it looks on the front end. We've got the clearance. There they are. Pretty nifty, right? Go to the back end. And this time I want you to go to products, all products. And you will see here where they're all listed. We have this feature over here that is actually featured products. So when you want to highlight a specific product for some reason, maybe it's something new, then you can come here and you can just click on any of these stars. So I think, let me just see those. So I'll click here on the red one, product number 3. And it will make it a featured product. It will think a little bit, and there you know it's a featured product. Very easy through these quick settings that you can do that. And now when we go back to appearance, widgets, and we want to feature that, how that is going to work is I bring in under my WooCommerce sidebar another products widget over here, and I'll put it at the top. Go to show and featured products, and I'll just take it down to 2, and then we'll say newest members. Make you feel like you're part of the family. Save that, and front end we go. My voice is still holding. That's good. So look at that nice little sidebar that we've built out here. And in fact, the sidebar also has some very nifty styling options. So if we go into the customizer for Blocksy, and now I just have to remember where we get the sidebar options. Let's go to WooCommerce and see our single product. Design, no. Sidebar, probably not here. It's probably going to be under the sidebar. So let's click back, and go up. Sidebar over here. Let's see. This one? Ah, yes. So you can change the sidebar. And there are quite a number of options. One with a line, a little bit of a shaded box. I like this one. I really do. Seal of approval. Great. Let's publish this. And now we've built out a very nice single product page. Close out. And scroll down. Reviews. What happens over here? Well, people can write reviews here. It's not a good idea to write your own review. And in fact, when you are logged in as admin and you write a review, it's not even going to count. And then what you can do to test this is to go and do this incognito window or in private window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the URL up here, Control Command C. And then over here, I'll go to new in private window, which opens my incognito window, Control Command V, paste that, and it's going to give me that product again. And now I'm interacting with it as just some random schmuck who came by, reviews, and I can add my email here. I'm random schmuck, I think that's right, at hotline.co.za. Hey, that's my name. X, okay, over here. V, so my name is random S, and I'll give it 4. Not enough color choices. What? Save my name, email, and website in this browser for next time? Absolutely not. And I submit it over here. Right, let's do that. Thank you to random. Okay. And what was that? Product number 2. Ooh, add to basket. Nice little option we get over there, right? Close out and let's go back here. Refresh this page. And let's see if we see that review down here. Reviews, 0. Let's go into our products, all products, and that is product number 2. Click on product number 2. And you will also notice that there is a comment over here now highlighting that you've got one comment, which is a review. If you scroll down here to the bottom, you're going to see reviews and there's random S, not enough color choices. And you have the choice to approve or to trash it or to reply. I'm just going to go ahead and click on approve so that you can see how it will look on the front end. Let's go back here. Let's refresh this page. And then reviews, there's 1. And there is random S, not enough color choices, right? So you've got that. And now up here, you also have the star rating. In fact, you can also add it over here into your sidebar. So let's go back to the back end, appearance, widgets, and we look for that review. Product reviews, recent product reviews. Let's put that there in WooCommerce, and we put it here. Okay. And it's saved. Let's update that. And here we see recent reviews. What is this bar that is popping up there at the top? Where did this come from? And that came from that extension that we had added. So if you go to the back end again, you click on Blocksy, and then from Blocksy you go to extensions. Do remember, we activated the WooCommerce extra functionality, and that is a floating cart. There you go, and product quick view. Navigate to Customizer, WooCommerce, Product Archives, Cart Options, Quick View, and enable or disable it. Shall we do that? Why, yes. Let's go to Customizer. Then WooCommerce, Product Archives, Cart Options, and then you will see Quick View here. And now it's disabled. Now it's able. Trigger modal on button click, image click. Let's say image click. Publish. And for that, we go to shop. I think it should work on shop. And if I click on it, I have this pop-up screen, which is a quick view. And that took me already into this one. Let's close it out and see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll take the blame. Right, so we have to go to the shop page because that's where you're probably going to have your quick view. If I go here and I click, there's my quick view, right? You got it. It opens it nicely and I can close it and it stays on my shop page. That's a pretty big click view, right? No doubt over there. Great, but you don't have to go into that page by itself. It gives you a quick overview of that product. Now, as a customer who has bought something from you, it is just possible that you want to keep their information and you want to allow them in the future to log in again, maybe track their order, and maybe when they buy something again, they don't need to add all their information again. And that is what the account page is all about. Go to the back end and let's just go to pages again and see what's happening over there. You remember at the beginning, we went through this a few times. The home page is the one I created in the WordPress Gutenberg editor. And these 4 pages are the ones that the wizard for WooCommerce have created. Now we looked at the shop page, and then we had the basket, which is the cart page. Then we had the checkout, and now we have my account page, and that's where your customers will create an account. If you click on view, it shows you that. And again, not much you can change here. This is governed by, yes, you guessed it, WooCommerce. They decide how this looks. So when people sign in here, they can track their orders over here. There's the order, right? And I can view the order again. But you have to make sure that when people come to your site, there's somehow that they can actually go and log in. And again, Blocksy gives us a great feature here that we can just easily add to our header up here. Let's go into the customizer. And from the customizer, simply click here on the top main bar, or top row rather. and then just one back to get to our elements, and you will see down here in the bottom account. I click and I drag, and I'm going to take it all the way to the right, put it next to the cart, and then over here, you can see I'm logged in over there, so it shows me already. Let's publish that, close out, and let's see how that will look when it is a visitor coming to your site. So what I'll do, let's just go to the home page, and I'll grab the URL over here, Control-Command-C, then we open another incognito window in private, and then Control-Command-V, and enter that. Okay, so now we are at a fresh version. It's rendering it again from the very beginning. Here's our page, and I shop a little bit, and I want to track my order from last time. So I go up here and I click on that, and it's going to give me the option to log in. Pretty nifty, very impressed. Let's close out, and that's your account. It's not a good idea when you're running a shop to have a home page that does not display your product pages. You need to bring in those products somewhere on this home page. In the past, we used to use short codes, and in many page builders, if you use a page builder to make your static pages, you're still going to use short codes. But of course, now with WooCommerce builders, you also have the opportunity to do that through widgets and elements within those builders. We have used the native WordPress editor, also known as the Gutenberg editor, to render this. I'll go to edit page, and this is my home page. So this page has got nothing to do with WooCommerce. This is pure WordPress at its core. How can I display my products anywhere on this page? Once you install WooCommerce, WooCommerce is so nice, it installs a bunch of blocks for you that you can use for your store and your WooCommerce shop. If you go up here to add block and you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see over here WooCommerce, and there are a number of nifty blocks that you can use here to bring content onto your other pages in your site. And that is why, if you're going to be running a very simple shop like this one, no need to go spend your money on page builders or expensive extra premium add-ons, because you can create a very simple landing page like this in WordPress, and then you have all these blocks that you can bring in. Remember that all the other pages, your single page, your products page, your checkout, etc., they're basically done by your theme and by WooCommerce. You don't have much control over that. On the other hand, if you're going to build out many pages, right? If you're going to have others like Contact Us, you may consider using a page builder because it will be a little bit better. But the Gutenberg editor doesn't do a bad job either. Enough of that. Let's see how we're going to put something here. So I'll just scroll, and then I will click here. I see this plus here, and I can look here, or I can go up here again and I'll scroll down. And I'm just going to look for products. I just want to bring in my products. And I'll click here on all products. That sounds like a lot, but don't worry. And then I'll drag the block just into that area over there, and there we go. So we've got these four. So what can we do? Make sure to click on the product, and that you see here under the block options, it says the name of the block you are working with. Then you know you're in the right hands, and it says all products. So the columns, let's take it down rather to 4, and then the rows, because we only have 4, I'm just going to make sure it stays at 1. Align last block. Good. I love that. I like things aligned. We probably need to get some ratings for these guys as well. Show sorting drop down. So you see up here, it says latest. We've only got these 4 products, so no, we don't want to show that. And then you can also change the order over here. This is pretty neat what I've just done. So if I click here on update and we go to preview and look at it on the front end, you're going to see that we've transformed our landing page, our home page now. People either here can go and click on discover more, but as they scroll down, they're going to find over here, and that's way too low on the page, right? We at least want it up here already. So let's go and change that. I go here and I simply will click here on move up, moving on up, and I can drag it up as well. I think what I'm going to do is just click and drag it, because the move up didn't do it for me, and then there. There. Okay. Update. Preview. Preview a new tab. Let's see. Very nice. Pretty nice. Good, good. Things are looking nifty. That's nice. People have direct access. Maybe add a little bit more space here. And from here, they can go directly into your shop. You really want this. I always will stress first impressions. We talk about first impressions a lot. But if your purpose is to get your product sold, put your product out there. Don't let people go hunting around for it. Keep it as simple as possible. Lead them to the shop page. Take them there very quickly. Blocksy has a few other tricks up its sleeve. Let's go into the customizer and see what Blocksy can do for you and for me. Scroll down to WooCommerce again. And then we go to General and click on Store Notice. And that's going to add a bar that you can place at the bottom of your page like this one or at the top. And I don't see it at the top. Let's put it back at the bottom. And then over here, you can change the text over here. Stay tuned for our Black Friday sale coming next week. And this is not really a call to action, because a call to action you can usually click and people will be able to access it immediately. This is purely a notice. That's it. That's why it says store notice. You don't see it there. Simply publish your page. You can refresh it here in this window. And then you will see the text there at the bottom. There is our text. You can also change the sale batch shape over here. So if we just go to shop, then you see sale over here, and we can set that to a circle if you prefer that, which I think pretty cool in this case. Publish it. Let's exit. See how it's looking now. Let's go to the back end. Blocksy. Extensions. And activate this one called trending. This is going to give us another cool feature that you can add to Blocksy. Go into the customizer again. So we go to appearance, customize. So many places to enter the same thing, right? Scroll down, trending posts. And then we say post type, we're going to put it to products and then just publish it. And this is going to add a section to the bottom of your page like so. So if we go to the front and we refresh this, I hope you're not getting lost. I'm getting a little bit lost. Scroll down to the bottom, you will see this trending section. It's going to show you the products and the order how they display is set within Blocksy. Look at all this that we've done absolutely for free. Have a look again. We have our landing page, which is our home page when we come to Mum's Knits. Great. We have a button here that can take us to the shop page. We have a block displaying here the products that we've got. And at the bottom, we have a trending section with all our products. If we go to our shop page, we've styled it nicely in Blocksy. We've set it to the way we want. I should use high resolution images here to make it look better. And then from here, we can click on the products that we want. Let's go for product number 2. This is our single product. And currently, you will remember this is that quick view. To go to the actual one, we click here on go to product page. And then here we have the single product with all the details, tags, categories, and even a review from Random S. At the bottom, we have related products. So if we want to see something else, we click on that instead. Go to product page. And you see that could be a little bit annoying, so you may want to deactivate that. Sidebar on the right, pretty neat. We've got our newest members, not people, our clothes. Then we've got clearance sales, products over here, recent reviews, and recently viewed products. That will all show up here. Once I decide to buy this, I click on add to basket. And then we can go and view our cart by clicking over here. Not much we can do here, so we proceed to checkout, fill in all our details over here, and then place our order with the payment that we have set up. If we want to go ahead and still browse a little bit on the site and look at other things and later decide that, hey, where's my cart? I go up here to my header and I have quick access to view my basket or just simply go again to checkout. And then later on, if I want to come back and follow up on my order, look over there. I can log in or I can log out. Right, so you may say, hey, this is not so bad, right? This is actually pretty good. The truth is there's actually still quite a number of things that you need to do. And this is really the kind of website that you're probably going to be making for mum's knits. And the reason for that is that this is going to be very localized. Only a few people will know about this. It will probably be in your region, and people from very far probably not going to find this. This is just something you're doing for your mum. On the other hand, your mum is probably going to just collect this as a personal income, and she will probably have to declare it every year when she's filing her taxes. And once I say that word taxes, you should feel a cold shiver go down the back of your spine because, yep, you cannot avoid it. And someday somebody may just track you down and say, hey, we've been noticing your online shop and it seems you get a lot of traffic. So where's that money going to, Bobby? And then, Bobby, you need to pull out your records and show that you've been paying taxes and that you've been presenting it properly. Like for in South Africa, prices needs to be presented with VAT inclusive. You have to say that, or at least indicate that the price that you see here within the shop is the actual price that someone is going to pay and nothing will be added additionally. So 199 Rand, that's it. So you will have to go and set up shipping, and all of these things are done in the back end. Let me close out these two so we don't get lost. Go to WooCommerce and click on settings. And unfortunately, well, we're not going to go through all of them and set them up here. I'll just show you where this is. I'll show you where these are, and you'll have to go check a little bit more how it applies to your region. Again, if you are a small concern, don't worry about this. If it gets complicated, especially when you're doing international shipping, you need to go and dive deeply into this. Payments, we've talked about payments, right? So you can do this manual direct bank transfer thing, but you probably want to go for Stripe, you want to go for PayPal Standard, and these things you're going to find under WooCommerce extensions. Many of them are free. Many of them you have to pay for. So if you see here in the sidebar under WooCommerce, you're going to see extensions. It's going to show you a few, and you can also go to their website to look for it. So if I say here under payments, I click on payments, I'm going to see all the different payments that we can use. Now you have to choose those that apply to your country and your region. For example, in South Africa, we have this one called Pay Fast. So if I click on Pay Fast, it's going to take me to WooCommerce. I can install it. I have to download it. It is in the WooCommerce marketplace. And for each of these, you'll have to go through the procedure of setting it up. Installing it into WordPress is not the most difficult thing ever, but ensuring that you've set it up properly with that service provider is a few steps that you will have to go and check with them. Let's go again into settings for another one that I have to point out to you. You have to enable the taxes. If you're working with a big thing, enable tax rates and calculations. Let's save the changes. And now when you go to the top, you will see tax up there. You're going to indicate here whether you're using normal tax or whether you're using VAT. And that's quite a procedure over here. Don't let it slip you by. The bigger your shop, the more of a target you become, and you have to be careful for it. The last two things, you also have coupons here, and I think coupons have actually moved. It used to be here, yep. If you go now, it's under marketing coupons, and a coupon is a great way of giving people a discount. And the last one I'll draw your attention to, if we go again to WooCommerce, is under settings, your emails. And these are notifications, and you will see there's quite a number. This is the emails that will be going to you or to your customer. When orders have been sent out, or new orders or canceled orders, here you set up the emails and you manage them over here. So shipping, taxes, extensions, coupons, emails and notifications. Put a pin in those and we'll circle back to them in the future. That brings us to the end of this tutorial. I kind of feel that my voice is going. I hope what you've learned here is that you shouldn't be scared of WooCommerce. It's actually not that complicated to set up. In fact, you're going to find that actually collecting all the information for your products, getting images, and setting up descriptions will take much more time than actually designing the actual single product page or the shop page. Good images sell products, so don't underestimate the power of the image that you are using. Don't think you can rely on other things. That image is very important. You've learned that there are these pages that WooCommerce creates all by itself, and they are important pages. They are the shop page, which is a product archive page bringing all your products together. And then you have your cart page, which is a basket and checkout. And then you also have your account page. Choose a good theme. Go do your research. Blocksy isn't the only theme out there. There are many. But if you're looking for a good theme that will do it for you for free, Blocksy is going to take you there. It's the latest, it's fast, and it's clean, and it's spot on. Then you may consider premium themes. And premium themes will give you more control over the layouts, how things look, and give you more options, whether you want to display things in grids or lists, and other options for how those pages will look. If you've made it this far, thanks for sticking it out. It's another big session, and I hope this has made you hungry for going out there and trying to set up your own shop. This is JP from Websites for Beginners. Stay safe. See you in the next video.